Coach's Corner is brought to you by Capital Investment Advisory Services.
Hey there, Rail Yard Dawgs fans, and welcome back into another episode of Coach's Corner. My name is Mitch, Stewart, and joined alongside of me here is head coach Dan Bremner. Dan, how you doing this morning?
Very good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So we'll just jump right into it here. It was 601 days since the last time the Rail Yard Dawgs were able to play a home game here at Berglund Center. What was that feeling like for you and the team to get back out on the home ice in front of the home crowd?
It was incredible. The home crowd was awesome. 4,000 plus packed in here, and we heard them all night long, and we felt them. The heat was on the ice level too. It was there, and the guys had a ton of energy. I had a ton of energy. It was a great feeling for these guys and myself who have been away from it for so long to kind of get back to what we love to do.
And it started out great, and the fans are really into it after Matt Beer was able to score the opening goal off of a feed from CJ Stubbs. Those are two very familiar names to Rail Yard Dawgs fans over the last few years. What is it like to be able to come back into a season after being away and have this large returning core of returning players for the Rail Yard Dawgs?
It's fantastic. As a coach, you start to look to build a bit of a culture, build a group that kind of carries that coaching message on, and having such a big core this year. I'm looking forward to those guys really pushing forward, like what's expected out there on the ice, getting those guys on the score sheet early. It was a great feeling. Obviously, as the night went on, we didn't get the result that we were looking for, but we're looking to make some adjustments going into this week.
So on the flip side of all of the returning players that you had on Friday night, there was also a few newcomers as well. Who stood out to you from that group, and how would you assess their performance on Friday night?
I thought the rookies had a great night. You expect some nerves, and you could see it out there, especially with some poor ice quality. But guys that stood out, Carter Allen, who unfortunately for us, good for him, just got a call up to South Carolina in the ECHL. He had a great night, physical all night long, a couple shots on net, played really well. And then up front, we had a couple guys that just have a ton of energy, ton of speed, good offensive ability in Logan Fredericks and Billy Vizzo. Billy had a great opportunity off a feed from Logan at the end of the second period there. Their goalie came out with an unbelievable save. But I believe those two, if they keep playing the same way, they're going to have a great year for us.
So those first 40 to 45 minutes after the Matt Beer opening goal, it really kind of felt like you all were able to control the game and really kind of bring the game to them. What do you think enabled you all to kind of control and dictate the flow of the game, and what are you looking to build on as you take on Fayetteville once again here on Friday night?
Well, yeah, I agree with you. It appeared that way. It may have felt that way a little bit, but although I do feel like we were more physical, we were faster, our energy was much better. We didn't have the sustained offensive zone pressure that we look for as a team. And that's something we're addressing all week this week is that energy is great, but if we're using it, if we're wasting it, if we're going all the way up and we're having one and done, just a shot on net coming all the way back to our defensive zone, we're killing our own legs. Although we have a ton of energy, and you could see that burnout come by the third period there when you're up and down the ice constantly the whole game. We need to generate that sustained ozone pressure, and that's where we're going to have success.
Obviously, those last 15 minutes after the first goal for Fayetteville, it kind of seemed like it started to not really go your way. The puck luck wasn't really bouncing in your direction. What do you think kind of turned the game on the end for Fayetteville to be able to get back into it? And what are you looking to fix heading into this Friday night when you rematch them?
Well, you see it at all levels. A team that's appears to be outplaying another team, and that other team just hanging in there. So they all the credit in the world to Fayetteville. They played pretty good defensively. We had a few chances, but they limited our good grade A chances pretty good. And they hung in there with that 1 goal deficit, and then one big mistake where we miscommunication, poor ice quality. We lost that puck below our goal line, and then a pinball goes off about 3 bodies and into the back of the net. And right at that moment, when a team's hung in that long, you can kind of see that momentum swing. You can see that energy swing where they're kind of coming up. And us, after a long game of up and down the ice, you could see us dip a little bit.
So what type of adjustments can you talk about that you all have been trying to make this week in practice before Friday night's game?
Yeah, like I was saying, we've gone over video yesterday. We got another video session this morning coming up here, and it's all about puck possession. It's about we want to get into that offensive zone, and we don't want that outside opportunity that's just coming all the way back, an outside shot that's going to be a rebound coming all the way back to our zone. We want to look for cutbacks. We want to look for that sustained ozone pressure where we're getting 2, 3, 4 shots on net, a good scoring opportunity every time we're getting into that offensive zone. So that's the big thing that we're addressing, is just that ozone presence, that ozone puck possession.
Well, fortunately, you get your second opportunity at them this season out of 17 matchups with Fayetteville. Dan, thank you so much for joining us here today on Coach's Corner.
Yeah, thanks, Mitch.
So that'll do it for this episode of Coach's Corner. Make sure to be on the lookout for future episodes as the season progresses. But until then, Friday night, Roanoke is back in action against the Fayetteville Marksmen right here at the Berglund Center. You won't want to miss it, so make sure to be in the stands and be loud and be proud for the Rail Yard Dogs.
Coach's Corner is brought to you by Capital Investment Advisory Services.